The day you stop reacting to a narcissist is the day their entire strategy collapses. And what happens inside them when your silence replaces your tears? Almost no one understands it. This video will show you exactly what goes on behind their calm face. Stay until the end, because once you see it, they can never fool you again. Here is the truth no one tells you. A narcissist does not feed on your love. They feed on your reactions, your anger, your tears, your explanations, your desperate attempts to be understood. All of it is fuel. Every time you defended yourself, you were feeding them. Every time you cried, you confirmed their power. Every time you argued until midnight, you proved they still controlled your emotional world. So when you first go quiet, they do not believe it. They assume it is a phase, a tactic, a temporary sulk. So they have watched you break your own silence 100 times before. They trust the pattern. They poke, they provoke. A cruel comment here, a guilt trip there, a sudden accusation designed to pull a reaction out of you like a hook pulls a fish from water. But this time, nothing comes back. And that nothing terrifies them more than any argument ever could. Because here is what your silence actually says to a narcissist. It says, I no longer need you to understand me. It says, your opinion of me has lost its power. It says, the door you used to walk through freely is now closed. And a narcissist can survive your anger. They can survive your tears. They can even survive your hatred, because hatred is still attention. What they cannot survive is your indifference. So they escalate. The provocations get louder. The accusations get wilder. Some rewrite history and tell everyone you were the abuser. Some suddenly develop mysterious illnesses or crises designed to summon your sympathy. Some parade a new person in front of you, watching from the corner of their eye for a flicker of pain on your face. Understand what this really is. It is not strength. It is withdrawal. You were their emotional supply, and you cut them off. What you are watching is not a person who does not care. It is a person in panic, performing power because they have lost it. And then comes the strangest phase of all. When provocation fails, they switch to sweetness. The tone softens. The memories get rewritten into something golden. Remember how good we were? Remember the beginning? They offer you the version of themselves you begged for during the relationship. Attentive, warm, apologetic. And this is where most people fall. Not during the cruelty, during the counterfeit kindness. But ask yourself one question. Why does this version of them only appear when they are losing you? Because it was never love returning. It was leverage returning in a softer costume. Genuine change is quiet, consistent, and does not need an audience. What you are being shown is a performance with one goal: to reopen the door your silence closed. Here is what your calm actually does to them over time. It forces them to sit in the one room they have spent their whole life avoiding, the room where they meet themselves. No mirror to control, no reaction to feed on, no emotional storm to hide inside. Just them and the growing suspicion that you saw exactly who they were and walked away anyway. That is the wound they will never admit. Not that they lost you, that you saw them. So keep your silence. Not as revenge, not as a game, as a boundary. Your peace is not a strategy, it is a home, and they no longer have the keys. Every day you do not react, you take back a piece of yourself they convinced you belonged to them. And one day you will notice something remarkable. Their name will cross your mind, and your heart rate will not change. That is not coldness. That is healing. That is what freedom feels like when it finally becomes ordinary. If this reached something in you, follow right now. Every day I share psychology and healing content that helps you understand what you went through, reclaim who you are, and build a life that narcissists no longer have access to. You deserve that peace. Follow, and you will never miss it.